One of the most important things while capturing audio on set is to make sure that the placement of the mics, be it lavalier mics or boom mics, is up to the point. So, I'm Chandramouli, and I'm going to talk about how to place lavalier mics on actors and how to operate the boom mic. So first of all, I will talk about the lavalier microphones. So lavalier microphones are small diaphragm condenser microphones which are widely used on actors, and they can be clipped on the collars of the shirt or on the back, depends on the situation. Now, these microphones do not require plus 48 volt, which is the phantom power. However, they do need plug-in power. Make sure not to turn on the phantom power as it can damage the internal circuit of the microphone. So here I have my friend Steven, and I have the transmitter of the lavalier mic. This is the mic. So I'm going to show you how to clip the microphone onto the actor. So this body pack or transmitter goes on the back, and he will run it down from under his shirt to his collar. Now, that is set. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that this lavalier mic is not visible in the frame. So what we can do is we can clip it onto the inside of the collar like this. And then we can cover it up, and that's how it works. Now let's talk about the do's for the lavalier mics. Always make sure that whenever you're trying to set up the lavalier on the actor, please check the batteries beforehand. Number 2, always check the frequency on the transmitter and the receiver. Like, make sure that it matches up. Like, it should be the same frequency. If it's A frequency on transmitter, it should be A frequency on the receiver. Number 3 is to ask the actor how loud he's gonna get for a certain scene and then set the levels accordingly. Now let's talk about the don'ts for the lavs. Number 1 is to make sure that you never get too far away from the transmitter, as it causes unnecessary interference. As we observed on the Campfire set, that we were a bit far away for like the very first shot, and there was unnecessary radio frequency interference. So we were able to troubleshoot the problem, and we got close to the transmitter and in the line of sight of the transmitter, and it worked quite good enough for us. So number 2 is to set up the lav in such a way that it is not visible on the clothing of the actor or like in the frame. So the trick to do that is to clip the lavalier inside the collar of the shirt or t-shirt or whatever he's wearing. So that's the key point. Now the third thing is, when using multiple lavalier microphones, for example you have 2 or 3 actors in a certain frame, make sure that the frequency on the transmitters and receivers are not very close to each other for like the 3 different body packs of transmitter and receivers. So number 3 is, while using multiple lavalier microphones, it is essential to make sure that each actor's body pack has different frequencies and it's not very close to each other, as in like adjacent to each other. For example, if the first body pack has 535 megahertz of frequency, set frequency, the next should not be 536, 537. It should be a bit more far away, for example 540 or 545. This helps in making sure that there is no radio frequency interference. So now let's talk about the boom mic. The boom mic is a condenser microphone. It is highly directional in nature. It is a shotgun microphone. We also need plus 48 volts, which is the phantom power for it, which can be supplied using the external audio recorder, which can be Zoom H6, Tascam 70D, or any other audio recorders. This is the boom mic, this is the dead kit, and the capsule is inside. Now, the function of the dead kit is to help make sure that the mic is well protected, and number 2, that it also helps in making sure that there is no plosive or explosive sounds from the wind. So if it's windy, this helps making sure that the audio quality is clean and crisp.
Rolling.
So I have the boom pole here and the boom mic. So first of all, in order to plug this in, we have to be careful. So you should not extend the boom pole. First you need to clip it on, then tighten it up like this. Once it's done, then you can extend the boom pole. And then I have to point this boom mic at around 45 degrees of angle, so I can adjust the angle like this, and then I have to be as close as possible, but I should also not be in the frame, so I'm going to keep it like this, around 45-degree angle, about 2 to 3 feet far away from the sound source. And while it's rolling, I have to make sure that I'm not moving. I have to stay still as possible so that the mic does not pick the shaking sounds from the boom pole itself. Hope that makes sense. Now, it is very important to notice that while using or while handling the boom pole, the boom mic, make sure that the XLR is properly plugged in. Otherwise, what tends to happen is there are clicks and pops which might ruin your on-set recordings. So I hope you guys found this video informative, and if you did, please like the video, and if you have any further questions, please leave them down in the comment box, and I'll see you in the next video.